Pietermaritzburg from News24. I'm at the Pietermaritzburg High Court in KwaZulu-Natal, where we had the day one of the matter between former President Jacob Zuma, Billy Downer, and our very own reporter Karyn Maughan. Please give us an insight into just quickly what is this case about, so that our viewers and readers know exactly what we're talking about.
Essentially, they're two separate applications, one brought by ourselves, by myself, and one brought by Billy Downer, because we both stand accused in Jacob Zuma's private prosecution of violating the NPA Act because of the sharing of publicly available court documents, which Jacob Zuma breached his rights to confidentiality. Now, Billy Downer is arguing on his own behalf, through his advocates, that this prosecution is nothing more than an abuse that is part of a long-running Stalingrad strategy by the former president to avoid prosecution, and that he's trying to achieve in the criminal court what he has failed on numerous other occasions to do in other civil applications. In terms of myself and our application, we are arguing that what Zuma is attempting to do is to harass and intimidate me, prevent me from doing my job, because I've been covering this case since the beginning, and that this is nothing more than an attempt to harass, intimidate, and infringe on my rights to freedom of expression and to report. But in addition to that, both Downer and myself are arguing there is simply no case for us to answer. In the law and on the facts, we have done nothing wrong.
Mr. Zuma's summons is an attempt to discredit Ms. Maughan, to silence her, and to prevent her from reporting on the progress of his criminal trial. Now, to put that in context, what the papers demonstrate is that Ms. Maughan says that, as far as I am aware, I am the only journalist who reported on the initial trial who is still reporting on what is going on now. That's not denied. So the only person who has the full history is Ms. Maughan. And Mr. Zuma seeks to discredit her and prevent her from doing her job. He seeks to intimidate and harass her.
Stephen argued on behalf of yourself in News24, and Jeff, of course, argued on behalf of Billy Downer. It was very clear in their arguments that they were saying that former President Zuma has, over the many years that he has litigated, steadfastly refused to engage with the facts or the law on the table.
We're essentially saying that we've made allegations that this is an abuse, that there is no valid noli prosequi certificate which would justify the prosecution against myself, that Jacob Zuma is not in an appropriate position to bring this private prosecution, that, indeed some of the amici arguing today that the so-called docket that he has, the evidence, is simply non-existent. He hasn't obtained statements from any of the witnesses, and this speaks to the fact that he is very unlikely to bring this prosecution. It is simply another mechanism by which he is trying to delay his trial.
Now, President Jacob Zuma, or former President Jacob Zuma, is famous for bringing litigation which seemingly never goes anywhere. This morning, during argument, Stephen Budlett has said that former President Zuma, over the course of the last 19 years, have brought numerous applications to court, and almost none of them, in fact, I don't think any one of them have ever succeeded. This might be one of those. My name is Pietermaritzburg from News24 with Karyn Maughan in Pietermaritzburg. We're back on Wednesday. See you then.